Hi everyone, welcome to this video training. And in this training today, we are going to be talking about how to get rid of employee theft and inventory mismanagement in your business. Employee theft and inventory mismanagement has caused lots of businesses to go close down, stop running at all. So this is a very important topic, an important subject that you need to pay attention to in your business. So if you're watching this right now, you're thinking, oh, I'll come back to it. I would advise you to not leave this place until you finish hearing everything I have to say in this video today, and then going back into your business, seeing how you can fix things up. So now let's get into it. Before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Lucky Elahor, and I'm a business growth strategist, and I'm also the marketing manager at Prokip. One of the key things that I focus on as a business growth strategy is to see how businesses can grow and thrive, right, sustainably. And that is why we're having this conversation today. So how can you get rid of employee theft in your business, and how can you ensure that you are able to manage your inventory correctly and ensure that your financial reports are correct and they are not manipulated? All right, so let's get straight into it. I believe that you're ready because I am as well. This training is proudly sponsored by Prokip, and Prokip is an all-in-one business management tool that helps you manage your business operations. As we go on in this training, I'm going to walk you through how Prokip comes into play. But before that, let's quickly run through how to manage employee theft and inventory mismanagement. Now, the first big question that I want you to ask is, what is employee theft? Yes, you might think, oh, employee theft is when employees are stealing from you. That's like the general idea that we have, but there is more to it. There are different forms of stealing. All right. Now, the definition of employee theft occurs when employees steal or misappropriate resources, money, or property belonging to their employer, which is you watching this video right now. So when your employees steal or misappropriate your resources, your money, and your properties, then that employee or that staff is stealing from you. That is employee theft. All right. Now, there are different forms of theft. It can be theft of cash, merchandise, time, intellectual properties, and so on and so forth. We are going to be talking about this as we go on in this short training. What is the impact of employee theft? When employees steal from you, what happens? How does this impact your business? One of those key things is financial loss. Yes, that's the first big thing. You are going to lose money. Operational disruptions. Yes, your operations is going to be affected. We had a training recently, and some of the business owners that attended this training were like, oh, my business is suffering. My employees, they don't take me seriously. They don't do this, they don't do that. When I tell them to do stuff, they just do what they like. These are some operational disruptions that happens when your employees are indulging in theft, right? And also, the other way that employee theft can impact your business is potential legal issues. Yes, your employees can do something that would lead you or land you into legal issues. So this is why you need to pay attention to this training today and see how you can fix many of these things. Now, let me give you an example, right? We're going to use Amaka for this example. Amaka owns a wine shop, and she began noticing missing stock and unaccounted cash, only to discover one of her trusted employees had been stealing wine bottles and underreporting cash sales. Yes. So you might be thinking, how do I know my employees are stealing from me? This is one of the examples. Just like Amaka, if you notice that things are missing, your stocks are missing, if you notice that there's always cash that is not accounted for, oh, this money is here, why was it not recorded? Why is it, unaccounted for? Or if you notice that your employees are underreporting what they've sold. So you say you sold 5 pieces of fish, or you sold 5 cakes. However, you sold like 7, or you sold like 6. So you're keeping that one for yourself. Then there will be maybe that day you came into the store and they did their financial reports. Maybe they did not quickly remove the money, and then you see that there's extra money. Why is there extra money? They're stealing. Yes, that's a way you can know that your employees are stealing. Another way you can know your employees are stealing is if they keep owing people change. Like, oh, this person, I'm owing this person's change, I'm owing that one change. or if people keep owing you, like, oh, Mr. A is owing us, Mr. B. There's this story where a lady was managing a store. They sell like gift items. She was managing a store, and they use like manual recording. So every day you need to manually write down all the things you've sold, the people that are owing you, and the people that have paid in full. There were lots of debtors in her book, lots of debtors, a lot of people were owing this lady. And then eventually, when she was sacked, the owner of the store, which is like the employer, started saying, okay, let me follow up on these debtors to see how I can recover my money. Lo and behold, these people were not owing. It was discovered as this employee had been writing down many of these sales as debt, whereas they have been paid for in full. That's a lot of money. It took like a lot to recover the business. So you need to start paying attention to things that are happening in your business, your employee behavior, and how they are reporting stuff to you. Even though you trust that employee so much, anything can happen at all. So now let's move on. What are the common types of employee theft? We have cash theft. Okay, cash theft is when they are stealing money from you, right? They're stealing cash register or falsifying sales, like what I've just already explained. A cashier pockets small amounts daily, assuming it won't be noticed. Like, oh, I pocket 5K, I pocket 10 CDs, I pocket 100 Uganda shillings, like small, like that, until it becomes a lot of money. This is another way that your employees can be stealing. Other types of employee theft is inventory theft, stealing your physical products, stealing your goods, stealing your services. Yes, an employee will take home an electronic item from the warehouse because the warehouse is full of goods. You may not be able to know. Maybe before you will know, it will take a long time because it takes a long time for you to go back to the warehouse to review your stock. So by the time they keep moving things one after the other, you will not know. You say, oh, we have CCTV, we have security. These people, these things can also be manipulated. They can, collaborate with a security person, and this person will allow them to be moving things. And you will not know. We've had cases like that where people are moving things. They and the security people there, they are in alignment and they are moving these things every single day. They are moving one item from that business every single day until the day they eventually got caught. But by that time, they've taken like a lot of things. All right. So your employees can also steal your inventory. This is why you need to pay attention to your stock, pay attention to everything that is happening. And that's where Prokip comes in, because with Prokip, you'll be able to know stocks that you have like in real time as things are moving, like from your warehouse. So if you have a warehouse and you have a store and you move things from your warehouse to your store, you can actually use Prokip to find out what has been moved, what is left, what is remaining. So you can have an idea of the stock that you have either in your store or in your multiple location stores or in your warehouse. And when things are missing, you will find out on time, not when things has gotten out of hand. So this is another form of employee theft. Let's look at another form. The third form is time theft. We have employees misusing company time or falsifying hours worked. So an example would be an employee clocks in early and leaves work early without notice. Now, I'm going to share with you how you can fix some of these things, but this is also another form of theft in your business, because if your employees are not working the hours that they're supposed to be working, things will be going wrong in your business, right? Customers will be unattended, a lot of things. Your operations will be misappropriated, and so many other things, right? So now let's look at another form of employee theft, intellectual property theft. So people stealing your trade secrets or company information, right? An example of this would be a marketing employee shares your client data with competitors. So your employees will be taking data, take them to your competitors or sell them off to make money, whereas you're not aware of this. So are you able to keep track of some of these things to ensure that you're able to get rid of employee theft? I know you say CCTV. Yes, CCTV is good, but there are some things or some areas that you cannot see with CCTV. Also, you cannot sit down 24 hours round the clock looking through your CCTV to find out what people are doing. Even if you say, I will put people there, yes, you can still put people there and things can still go wrong. So that alone is not an effective measure to get rid of employee theft. And that's where Prokip comes in. I'm going to be showing you a demo of how Prokip works so you can see how you can use Prokip to manage your employee theft, take control of your business, and know exactly what is happening in your business in real time. All right, so there's another common type of employee theft, which is expense fraud. So your employees will submit fake reimbursement claims. Like an example of that would be an employee inflates meal cost during a business trip. They will say they bought this thing, whereas they didn't buy it. Yes, and that is why inside of Prokip, we have something that we call the expense manager. You can easily track expenses as like in real time in your business. You can know what's going out, how much is going out, how much is being spent by your employees in your business. All right, so let's look at consequences of employee theft. How does this impact your business? I already listed some of them before, but I'm going to list them again. One of them is financial loss, so direct loss of revenue and goods, lower morale. A culture of distrust can lead to decreased productivity. So when your employees are not being managed properly, they come in when they like, go out where they like, dress how they like, do whatever they like, there is a culture of distrust. And this can lead to decreased productivity amongst your employees. We've had a case where an employer mentioned that, oh, our employees gang up against her. They don't take her seriously. They don't respect her or take her word for it. And that might have started from one person. So one person was doing that. That person was not put in check. The other people start, following that pattern as well, and then it just blew up. Yes, another consequence of employee theft in your business will be legal consequences. Theft could lead to lawsuits and legal costs. Exactly. Now the final one is reputation damage. Public exposure to theft incidents may harm the company's image. Yes, so this is another thing you want to pay attention to. So if all of these things are important to you, you don't want any of these things to happen in your business, the next question you'll be asking is, what can you do and how can Prokip help you fix this? Before I show you how Prokip can help you fix this, one thing I want you to understand is that employee theft can be managed like to the minimum, to the barest minimum, where, yes, have a CCTV, but again, you need to be able to combine the efforts of your CCTV with something that you can control, something that gives you full control into your business. And that's where Prokip really comes in. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of Prokip by the time I'm done with this presentation. But here's how Prokip really works. This is Prokip. With Prokip, this is the Prokip dashboard. With Prokip, you can have your point of sale. That's POS, point of sale, where you can sell. And as they're selling, your employees are recording the sales in real time. And this works both offline and online. So if data gets disconnected, they can still do this offline while you're also getting real-time data, whether you are there or not. All right. You can also issue invoices and receipts. You can also record purchases in your business. You can upload your products and services. It doesn't matter whether you have 400,000 products or you have 1,000 products. We have customers who have over 400,000 products and they are all recorded on Prokip. Yes, we have BRMs, business relationship managers, that will ensure that all of these things are done seamlessly and very efficiently. We also have the stock manager. With the stock manager, you are able to transfer stock from one location to the other, maybe from your warehouse to another store, from one store to the other store. That way you are able to take proper stock. There are other things here that I'm going to be walking you through by the time I'm done with this presentation. Then we also have production, we have quotation, we have expense manager, we have payment accounts where you can manage the accounts that money is going in and out of. We also have detailed reports. We have detailed reports for sales, for your stock, for your purchases, for profit and loss, expense and accounts, content and CRM. So content and CRM is basically your customer details, their numbers, their emails, their names. All right. We also have campaigns where you can send SMSs, you can send emails to your customers as well. We have HRM, that's human relationship management, which is more of managing all your HR activities, including payrolls, including employees and all of that. You have all of their data here. And with these two, you'll be able to manage your employees. So in the case where an employee come to work, they don't they leave on time and any of that your employee is absent, you'll be able to find out with the HR management too, right? And with point of sale, invoicing, stock management, you'll be able to know the inventory that you have. You'll be able to know what is missing, what is available in your store per time. So this is just like an overview of what you can do with Prokip. I'm going to come back here and give you like a detailed breakdown. So let's continue with the training. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is mismanagement. What is mismanagement? So the definition of mismanagement is basically improper or inefficient handling of company resources, operations, or personnel. This is similar to employee theft, but in this case, it's not like employees are stealing from you. They are misusing the things that you have. They are, it could also be a form of theft, if you ask me, right? It could also be a form of theft, depends on how it is, how depends on what's involved. But I'm going to give you a breakdown so you can understand. So mismanagement is basically when they are mishandling or inefficient handling of your company resources, your operations, or personnel. How does this impact your business? Again, leads to financial loss. Your business cannot thrive without finance. So if anything is affecting your business finance, then that's a big problem. That's something you need to solve like right now. It leads to decreased productivity and even business failure. Yes, your business can fail when there is a mismanagement issue. It is as deadly as employee theft to your business. Yes, these two things are very deadly and like they're very important. If you do not pay attention to them, your business can run down. It can fail right in front of you. Now, let me give you a story example using a marker as well and a wine shop. Okay, an example of mismanagement in the case of someone who sells wine would be so for Amaka, she was struggling with inventory mismanagement, leading to overstocking of unpopular wine varieties, while the popular ones ran out, hurting sales. So if you are not in control of your business inventory, you find out that you're stocking stuff that people are not buying, but you are not aware because you don't know how many you have or how well that particular product is selling. You don't have your stock data. And so for Amaka, she kept, buying wines that are not selling off because she just goes to the market. Oh, these are the wine I need to buy without really doing because she does not have like the right information about her inventory. So she was buying wines that people are not buying. Why the ones that people buy a lot, she buy, smaller quantities of those ones and they run out. And of course, the one that people are not buying will keep tying money down. So money is being tied down while she's looking for money to buy the ones that people are buying a lot. So you see that's a problem. But when you have control of your inventory, you'll be able to know where to invest your money so that you can make the money back fast. And that brings in cash flow into your business. Cash flow is very important when you're running a business. All right. So what are examples of mismanagement? One of the examples of mismanagement is financial mismanagement. Yes, financial mismanagement is excessive spending without careful planning. You're just spending money. An example would be buying luxury office furniture instead of investing in marketing. So you're like, oh, I think I need this in this store. Oh, I think I need that. That's financial mismanagement. You're just mismanaging your finances. And this is another key thing that Prokip can also help you fix as well. With Prokip, you can have different accounts that is embedded in your Prokip. Let me show you that. We have payment accounts. So with Prokip, you can embed different payment accounts that allows you to manage where money is going into, where you are spending. So you can have your spending account. You can have your account where it's just fixed, where money goes in. And before you take out money, it has to be like a large sum of money. And so you're able to account for that. You can have like different payment accounts on Prokip as well. All right, so let's move on with the presentation. The next example of mismanagement is human resource mismanagement. So hiring underqualified staff. A typical example would be hiring a junior developer for a lead role leads to project failure. So when you hire someone that is not qualified, it can either lead to project failure or it could even lead to running down your business because you'll be doing nonsense. You'll be frustrated. It can lead to frustration. You'll be struggling to get the result that your company wants or that your company needs to thrive. So that's why you also need to pay attention to the kind of people you hire, to the kind of people that you bring into your business. Don't say, oh, I'm trying to cut costs. I'm trying to look for somebody that will pay cheaper. And then you get people that are underqualified into your business. And then later you start crying that these people are not delivering. These people are not, taking your word for it. That's a problem. So you need to pay attention to the kind of people you are bringing into your business, you are hiring. Another example is operational mismanagement, cutting quality control to save costs. A typical example would be when you skip product checks, and this will result in recalls and lost sales. Yes, if you don't check the products that comes in, oh, is there any damaged product? Is there any expired product? You just put them there, and somebody comes and buys your product and discover that it's been damaged or is expired. It's going to cause a lot of problem. And that's another beautiful thing that I love about Prokip, right? Especially the expiry date part. With Prokip, you can easily, impute expiry date of your product. Yes, you can put in your expiring date. Let me show you that real quick, how that works. You can see that here, expiry date, okay? So if you put the expiring date and if you do it from your settings that you want to stop selling that product 10 days to expiry or 20 days before expiry, right? You will not be able, your employees will not be able to sell that product by the time the product had expired. Yes, it's like that. We also have expiry notification on the dashboard. So when you go to your dashboard on Prokip, you will see a dashboard. That says stock expiry alert. So there's a stock expiry alert. You see all the stock that are expiring in real time anytime soon, right? You see them here and you'll be able to take action almost immediately so that you know what to do about your stock. Yes, so now let's move to the next thing. Inventory mismanagement. This is another form of mismanagement. When you fail to track your stock levels, right? You don't know how many products you have. What is the number of these particular products available in your store? You're not aware of that. Okay, this will lead to overstocking unwanted items while running out of bestsellers. So this is why you need to be able to fix mismanagement. Now, what are causes of employee theft and mismanagement? One of the causes of employee theft and mismanagement is lack of monitoring. So without proper systems, theft or mismanagement goes unnoticed. Yes, when you don't have systems in place, these things happen and they go unnoticed. I'm not trying to say that with Prokip, your employees will automatically stop stealing from you, right? They will still try. But with Prokip, you'll be able to properly monitor. You have a proper system in place that can help you notice those loopholes. Unlike when you don't have it and you cannot notice, right? Another cause of employee theft is poor work environment. So employees are feeling undervalued. So this kind of employees may steal or slack off. So that's why you also need to invest in the quality of the employee, invest in your employees as well. Make sure that you're paying them well and just make sure that you have policies in place that guide your business. You have code of conduct and consequences should be attached to this code of conduct and disciplinary measures in your business. Okay, another cause of employee theft and mismanagement is financial pressure. So when your employees have personal struggles, this may push employees towards dishonest behavior. Yes, this can be another thing. You may not be able to manage this financial pressure. It's not something that you can control, right? You cannot control financial pressure from employees. But when you have systems in place, like I've said, you'll be able to track what's going on in your business, right? They should be able to manage their financial pressure. But when they see that, my boss is slacking off, my boss don't know what's going on, that will be an avenue for them to start stealing. Okay, so another cause of employee theft and mismanagement, like I mentioned earlier, is no clear policies. You don't have structures, you don't have policies, you don't have code of conduct. When people make mistakes or carry out any fraudulent activities, there are no consequences. There are no clear consequences in place for them. People just call up, oh, if you dress anyhow, there's no consequence. Oh, stop dressing this way. Oh, stop coming late. Oh, stop doing this. Oh, stop selling on credit to customers. Oh, you're just talking. There are no actions to those words. That's where policies come in. You need to be able to create policies. I think another thing is lack of standard operating procedures. Yes, you don't have an operating procedure. You don't have a way that things are being done in your business. For example, if you bring goods to the warehouse, What are the steps that your employees need to take to ensure that these goods that have been brought to the warehouse are, recorded and then properly accounted for before they are being loaded into the warehouse? Now, before you take goods out of the warehouse, what are the steps? What are the procedures they need to take before you take the goods out of the warehouse and ship them to your stores? These are procedures that you need to put in place. A typical example would be, once goods come into the warehouse, don't load those goods in without counting. Make sure you count them according to the type of goods that has come into the warehouse, and make sure you record. Let's say you are using a software like Prokip, you let them know that as the goods is just landing like this, don't just go and load them in the warehouse and say you count it tomorrow. Start counting. Count the number, record them inside of Prokip immediately as you are counting. There's nothing like I'll write it inside a book first, later I'll come back. No. And you can even put in place your policy that let there be two people counting. One person should not count. One person should count, and there should be a second person that is verifying whatever they are counting, and they are making sure they are entering it into Prokip, right? And there's a way you can manage access on Prokip. So we have user access. You can manage access on Prokip in a way where, so you can see users and role. So you can give employees specific roles that when you set it up, you do it in a way where they cannot edit what they have put in. Yes, they cannot edit what they put in there. And you also turn on what they can have access to and what they cannot have access to. So you see that allow login, there's password, what location do you want them to have access to? So in this demo account, you can see that we have the warehouse location and we have the ZIF Lagos location. You can give them access to specific location. If you want them to get access to all of the location, you can do that, right? So if you want your employees that are working in the warehouse to really have access to the warehouse, you give that employee access to this, and that's the only thing they can do. They cannot have access to anything else, okay? So there are so many other things that you can allow here when you add the users. So you can restrict permission, you can say what you want them to have access to and how you want it to work. That's the beautiful thing about Prokip. If you don't want them to have access to your financial records and all of that, you can also do that as well. Okay, so now let's move on to the next thing. What is the solution? How do you prevent employee theft and mismanagement? One of them is to implement monitoring systems. Like I said, use tools like POS system, inventory management software, and regular audit to track money and inventory. And this Prokip has all of this and even more. I'm going to show you how Prokip can come into play and how Prokip can help you achieve this in your business. Okay. Another thing I want to encourage you to create a positive work environment. Acknowledge hard work. When your employees are working, acknowledge them. When your employees feel like they are not being seen, they are not being appreciated, they start to think of ways to like, oh, this woman or this man, this our boss is very wicked, they start plotting against you. Yes, there are even situations where you'll be overly nice and they will still plot against you. That's fine. That's something that can also happen. It's not fine, but something that can also happen, right? That does not mean that, because if I'm nice, they will not know their boundaries. That's where policies come in. You need to ensure that you have boundaries set. You can be nice to your employees, but they know where to draw the line. All right. Now, the next thing is train your employees properly. I cannot overemphasize this. Like, so many businesses do not do this. Train your employees. Get people to come and train them. That is why when we give Prokip to our customers, when our customers, invest in Prokip, one of the things that we do is we deploy BRMs, so business relationship managers, to go to your stores, to go to your companies, to train your employees how to use Prokip, because we know that you cannot just bring in policies without training them. Even though this person is an expert, train them on how things should work in your business at intervals. You can have monthly trainings, bi-monthly trainings, you can have quarterly trainings, but at least make sure that in a year you have at least 3 to 4 trainings, training your employees about different things in different areas that you know that they are slacking. It could be training them in marketing, training them in customer management. You could be training them in communication. It could be just anything, training them about the tools that they will use in your business. That's one key thing we are very big on. So when we deploy Prokip for your business, we also send BRMs, business relationship managers. I'll come in there to train your employees, train you as well on how to use these tools, because it is not just enough to say I have the tool. You need to know how to use it in depth. Now, the next solution to prevent employee theft and mismanagement is to set clear rules. I cannot overemphasize this. It's not like you have to establish strict policies and a code of conduct to deter dishonesty. When they know that there's a consequence attached to every action that they carry out in your business or against your business, they are going to sit up, they are going to level up and do better. But when there's no action, there's no consequence to any action, they'll be like, oh, nothing will happen last. Maybe the worst that can happen is they will even sack me. Some of them might not even know that they will sack them when these things are not in place. So you can create documentations that have all of these things. Now, another way you can prevent employee theft and mismanagement is regular reviews and audits. Yes. Periodically check your finances. Periodically check your inventory for discrepancies. Don't just sit there and wait and say, oh, it's going to be it's going to be fixed. No, you have to periodically do this. And with Prokip, it's easier because I know how you think, oh, how do I have to go to my warehouse and go and start checking one after the other? I don't even know how all the products that we have right now. Oh, where's the paper that I wrote it? I can't find it anymore. But with Prokip, it's easier. It's even fun. You'll be able to just sit there, click, and they're counting it, and you're cross-checking and you're cross-correcting, right? That's another thing. Another thing is install security measures. Use cameras and inventory tags to detect theft. Yes, install cameras. I'm not against using CCTV cameras. You can also use that in addition to Prokip in your business as well. Encourage open communication. Make it easy for employees to report suspicious activity. Some of you people are not, you're not welcoming at all. You are not. Your employees will be so afraid to come and talk to you before they even finish, already blaming them. No, don't do that. Don't be that boss. Don't be that leader. Don't be that employer that when your employees think about coming to report certain things to you, you start blaming them. You never even wait to listen and you will not handle it well. Please do not be that leader. Now, another thing to do to prevent employee theft is to be fully involved in your business operations. Yes, implement a robust system that gives you full control of everything that's happening in your business in terms of finance and inventory. Yes, and that's where Prokip also come in as well. Okay, now employee theft and inventory mismanagement are two deadly things that can run down your business in no time. Do you know why these two things are very dangerous? It starts slowly. You know, when they give you a poison that will not kill you immediately, it just keeps eating you slowly, 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 until eventually it attacks. You know, when they give you poison that doesn't kill you immediately, you don't know until it is almost too late, if not too late. That's how dangerous and how deadly employee theft and inventory mismanagement are. So as you've gone through this training, I want to start thinking about your business. Look into your business and see the things that you need to do to fix up in your business. Okay. Now, what is Prokip? Prokip is your all-in-one solution to prevent employee theft and inventory mismanagement. With Prokip, there are a lot of things that you can do. I've already showed you some of those things before now, but I'm just going to, this is just like an overview of the things you can do on Prokip. Okay. You can do your stock and inventory management. You can also do payroll and HR management, point of sale, user profiles and access control, stock adjustments, production and booking management. Yes, you can do booking and production. Like, you can literally have your production process from start to finish right inside of Prokip. Invoicing and receipts, detailed financial reporting and cash flow management, CRM and marketing. So you can do SMS and email campaigns right inside of Prokip. Multiple location and single store manager. You can manage multiple location and single stores right inside of Prokip. All right. So now, how does Prokip work? I know I've done like a little demo, but I'm just going to be showing you how it works. But I'm not going to go in depth because there's no time. But I will just show you how Prokip works so you can see how it works for your business. So the first thing is, when you get Prokip, there are a lot of features. So I'm just going to show you some of the features that Prokip has. It depends on the package that you actually pay for. Right now, for this particular account, this is a demo account, I have access to everything. Okay. So depending on the package that you pay for, you can have certain accesses. So you have the purchase, where you can track, purchases and the things that have been sold in your business. You can add a sale. You have point of sale, POS, where you can sell. I'll show you how that looks like. You have stock transfer. You can transfer stock from one store to the other, from your warehouse to your store. Stock adjustments. So you have cash that is over. You can easily adjust your stock without messing up with your financial reports. I'm going to show you how that works as well. You have expense manager. You have your accounts where you can have different payment accounts, your spending account, your savings account, your expense account. We have modifiers. We have staff, service staff. We have bookings. Okay, you can also do bookings with Prokip as well. So if you run an hotel or you run a business model involve booking, you can track all your bookings right inside of Prokip. You have kitchen for restaurants. Okay, you can manage your kitchen inside here with Prokip. We have subscriptions. We have different types of services. So if you do subscription things, you can also have this. So all of these are turned on right now for this account because it's like it has access to everything. So depending on what you are subscribing for and depending on what you need, you can actually do that. Most importantly, Prokip is highly customizable. You can customize it to your needs as well. So you can turn that on and just know exactly. So we have the settings where you can allow certain accesses. So you can set how you want your POS to work, like different accesses that you can set up in your business. Okay, you can set up how you want the kind of notifications that you want. You can design your invoice and how you want it to be, your payout to your employees and all of that. So there are a lot of things you can do. So there are a lot of things that you can do here when you play around this. So let's just go into the breakdown of what you can do. So for point of sale, you can use point of sale after you've added products and services on Prokip. Okay, so let's say you want to use point of sale now. Now, point of sale is not only for supermarkets. Even if you don't run a supermarket, if you run a bakery store, right, where you bake cakes, you bake bread, you do anything, or you run a production store, or even a manufacturing store, you sell products, you just have to upload all your products on Prokip and give your employees access to point of sale. So let them record everything that they sell as they are selling it in real time. Instead of them taking the paper and biro and writing, as the customer is buying, they are typing the name of the product. Let's type the name of product. Let's search for the products. Okay, so now you can see that we cannot sell more than one bottle of Ever Water. Why? Because there's only one piece of Ever Water. If you say two, to say only one is available. You see that. So with this place, you can record your customer. So if you are not a supermarket and you have your customer data, let's say you are in construction or manufacturing or anything, you have your customer data, put their name here, put their details, their email address, their phone number, and you create the customer, and the customer name will appear here, right? And then you can just easily identify the customers that have bought this. You can even put in staff. So staff service is more like if you set up your staff service, you can select the particular person that sold this, that attended to this customer. You can put the person's name there, who attended to the customer and all of that. So if you set this up, you can do that. All right. So now they want to pay. How did they get the money? Did they get the payment via cash? Did they pay in cash? So if you record cash, it's going to, so now this sale has been recorded. It's going to generate like an invoice or receipt, and they can print that. They can save it. They can send it to the customer or whatever, and you also get the data. Now that we have sold this, you will see that on this part here, Eva Water will no longer be available. It's going to turn to 0 pieces, right? It's going to turn to 0 pieces. As you can see, Eva Water is now 0 because we've sold the one that was here. You can see that now, right? So let's say you buy more Eva Water, you can just come here and add stock. Okay, you can add more stock. So add more stock. You can add more stock to what you have. Let's say you buy new stock, you bring in new stock. You just need to click on this and add more stock. Click on the pencil icon and then you add more stock based on the location. Is it stock in the warehouse or is it in this particular store? You just add more stock there. Okay, so now that's that. Let's now move on. Here, if you are paying with Pro Money is our payment system. So you can create payment links, you can generate, payment accounts with Pro Money, and people can do bank transfers. They can pay with the link here with Pro Money. So if you connect Pro Money, you can also collect money here. Let's say, for example, you are using a supermarket and you have lots of people in line and somebody is struggling to pay. You can suspend a particular payment and attend to another customer while that person is sorting out themselves. All right. If you're selling in credit, you can also record that here as well, that this is being sold in credit. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the POS. Let me go to the next thing so that we'll move on from there. That's just POS. So you just need to ensure that you put in all your products here. And how do you put in your products? You upload them. You can import your products. So if you are using Prokip for the first time, you just need to create an Excel document, a CSV file, and upload all your products here. This is what our business relationship managers will help you sort out. Yes, we have business relationship managers that can help you set this up, tell you what to do and how to do it. We have a sample file here that you can look at. Okay, now this is under products. You can set like the units that you are using. Okay, are you using kilograms? milliliters? Are you using packets, pairs? You can set up all your units. So if you're in production and you use kg, you use grams, you use milliliters to do your measurements, you can set all of your units here. All right. You can also set categories. You can sell in group and so many other things. You can also set up your tax and all that. Then we have stock manager. With stock manager, you can transfer stock. So let's say you have a stock in your warehouse, you want to transfer stock from your warehouse to your store, you can just come here and add what you want to transfer. Okay, so you can put a date. So let's say you're transferring stock from your warehouse to another store, from one store to the other, put a date. You select the status. So if you type in completed, that means the goods has gotten to the other store, or from the warehouse to the other store. But if it's in transit, you can leave it here as in transit. So let's say I say I'm sending goods from my warehouse and I'm sending it to Lagos branch A. All right. What are the goods that I'm sending? You must have put all the products and services that you have in other product or service for you to now find them. So you just need to search for the goods. Let's say Ever Water, for example. I'm searching for Ever Water. Here I cannot put it because it's out of stock. Remember our presentation, okay? So this is a cargo pants, right? How many are you transferring? How many pieces are you transferring? Let's say you're transferring 10 pieces. You see, you only have 7. You cannot transfer more than 7. You see that? You see how this is beautiful? It tells you how many you have in stock, how many you can transfer, how many you cannot transfer. Okay. So you cannot transfer more than 7 because you only have 7 of this recorded in your warehouse. Okay. So this is just how you can do transfer. And once you transfer, you do stock adjustment. So let's stock adjustment as well. So let's say there's like extra cash at hand, or there's a stock expired on you. Instead of you to go and register it as purchase or go and reduce your stock and mess up with your financial report, you can just come here and record that stock. So you can either say the stock is abnormal. So if it's abnormal, that means there's a loss. If it's normal, you can just say normal. Let's say there's an extra cash and your employees did not record it. Where is the extra cash coming from? You can do your stock and see how many is left on ground, and you can now say this extra cash is coming from this particular product, and this is how much we got. If you did not get any money from it, you can just leave it at 0. It means that you did not make any, you didn't see any money out of that, so that will not add to your financial report. It's just record as 0. Okay. Importing opening stock. So if you're just using Prokip, you can import all your opening stock, like I said earlier. So we have quotation, right? So quotation is different from receipts or invoicing, because quotation, if you do all, like you do construction, you do building, you do manufacturing, where or you are able to invent plan itself, where you give a quote first before you send that invoice, because quotation is not like this person wants to buy now, right? You can add your quotations here. With this one, you can see the quotations that we added. Okay, we added this Dune slide, 1 pair, Velvin, ladies pan. This is like the quotation we are sending to a customer. You can add the customer's name, add the customer detail there, and you can send them the quotation. So this quotation is not necessarily like, you see, it's not an invoice yet. It's just you sending them what it will cost to work with you or to do certain things. So you can send quotations to them. And in your point of sale, you will notice that the quotation is also available in your point of sale as well. The quotation is available in point of sale. So when you go to point of sale, let's go to point of sale now, you can see quotations, right? So any quotations that you've done before, you can see them here as well under point of sale. Okay, so there are a lot of other things. Payment account, you can set up your payment account. Oh, this one is for spending, this one is for receiving money, fixed money, and all of that. We also have detailed reports for sales, reports for your stock, reports for purchases. Purchases lets you know which products are you selling more. Your stock as well, you can see like a detailed report of your stock. You can check daily stock reports. So for example, what is the stock? How many pieces of Ever Water did you sell today? How many did you sell in a week? How many did you sell in a month? You can do that as well. You can check your stock reports based on date. You can just filter. Look at the filter here. You can filter by date, filter by location, and all of that. Okay. We also have purchase stock. You can also do your profit and loss. We also have expense accounts, how much you spend and what's going on. We are also working on also putting in chart of accounts for those who need that in the business. Then you have HRM, which is like human resource manager, where you can do payroll. Your employees can take attendance. So those people who come and leave late, you catch them here. You cannot sign and attend. Let's say, for example, you come in at 8, you're not leaving at 2, you not lie and say that you left at 4 p.m. Whereas you see it in your end and like, this person registered this thing at this time. Why are they lied? So they cannot lie. There's attendance here. When your employee is on leave, they can also register here that they're on leave as well. All right. So that's another cool thing that you can do. Bookings. So you can register bookings here. If you run an hotel, you can register your bookings. You can register your kitchen here. You can register orders and tables. So people take tables or they have to book tables before they come in, you can register all of that under bookings as well. Then for campaigns, this is where you can send SMS or emails. So you can send SMS or emails to your customers. So you select if it's SMS or an email that you want to send. And you select the people you want to send them to. You want to send them to your customers, you want to send them to your leads. Who do you want to send them to, right? So as you are gathering your customer data, you can see all your customer data under contact, right? You see all their names, emails, and phone numbers as you are getting new customers. You can even add your suppliers here. So if you have supplier contacts, you can add your supplier contact here so that you can always reach out to them. You can import contacts. So if you already have existing customer contacts, you can import them here as well. So many things that you can do in terms of customers. If you even sell services, you can also register your services here. Okay, you can send invoicing, you can send reports, you can send receipts for every service. So if you render service, you just need to add a service here instead of adding a product. You can add a service right here. All right. So as you can see, you can add the name of the service. You can add the category if you've created a category before now. You can add a type. Is it a combo service or a single service? If you want to add image, you can do that. Subcategory, add your service description. Is it tax or is it tax inclusive or exclusive? And you just set up. You can add your product image and you set up your service. So you can save it and it will be added. But if you have a service that is in group, so add your service as a group, okay? You can add them as a group. If it comes in a group, let's say if you buy this service and that service together, this is the amount that comes together. You can group your services. Yes. So that's other thing. You can send receipts. You can send invoicing. You can easily track all of these things happening under services as well. Okay. Then we have there are so many other things that you can do. I'll just like run you through so you can see imports, products, and all of that. Then we have production. For people in constructing, people in baking, you do things that you know that you need to have like a step-by-step of how they are done or a recipe. Okay, you can create a recipe here. So this is a recipe that we created. Before you create your recipe, you need to add your recipes, all your ingredients under products and services. This is something you'll be properly walked through by our BRMs by the time you start using Prokip for your business. Okay, so let's say this is how to make cupcake now. The flour 5 kg, sugar 0.5, baking powder 0.60 mils, and this is how much the total ingredient costs you. Okay, and these ingredients, all of these ingredients can make you 200, supposed to make you 200 cupcakes. All of this ingredient that you have here will make you 200 cupcakes. You can also have like the step-by-step instructions. So you see there's instruction here, sieve the flour, do this one, do that one, do that one. You can put all of those instructions here in the recipe so that your employees can look at them. They cannot edit it. They cannot edit the recipe. You give them that access. Now, that's recipe, right? Your employees, you've created all your recipes. You already know that this amount of ingredients will give you this amount of output. So under production, so whether you're doing farm, you're doing a honey business, you're doing palm oil business, whatever thing it is, Prokip can help you do. You're doing cake, baking, bakery, all of that. So now production, when your employees now want to produce, they can now come here and just add production. What are they producing? They can add. So this is a sample production that we've done. Okay, we are producing for this particular store, the warehouse. We're producing the warehouse. This is the date. And we're supposed to produce 200 based on that recipe. So because when they are producing, they will select the recipe. Okay. They'll select the recipe out of it. Does this thing that they're producing, does it have like an expiry date? They can do that as well. Let me just quickly show you how that looks like. If you're doing the production. So production here, you can see date of production, select the business location. Are you producing for warehouse? What are you producing? Cupcake. Because that's the only thing on that recipe. They are producing cupcakes. So it just automatically brings everything out. This is all the ingredient they will need to do the cupcake. Okay. What is the expiry date? What is quantity? So how many did you end up producing at the end? So let's say you produce 10, or let's say you produce 180 or 900. You can 180 or 170. Maybe there are some things that got bad during production. You can also record it here. So if I put 180, for example, it will just, okay, how many was wasted? I beg your pardon. How many was, so this is 200, right? This is supposed to give you like 200 cupcakes. This is supposed to give you 200 pieces, right? So how many was wasted? Let's say we had 10 or we had 20 that was wasted. So at the end, we'll have 180. Cost of production. So production cost could be maybe extra costs that you incur during the production. You can put it here as well. And once you click on finalize, it's final. You cannot edit it again. Once you click on finalize, you cannot edit. But if you submit it, it will save in draft and you can come back and edit. So once you do that, so let's finalize, for example, and save, you're going to see that we were able to get 200 cupcakes. We were able to get 180 because we had 20 wasted. Now you can see that we have 180 pieces in total because 20 were wasted. So you can easily track all of these things here. Then we also have settings. So this is where you can do the settings and give certain access to your employees. You also have production reporting and all of that. So there's so much you can do with Prokip, and I'm just going to stop there. What are the benefits of using Prokip? Increased transparency. Every transaction is logged and traceable. Reduce losses. You'll be able to keep an eye on cash flow, stock management, stock movement, and employee activities in real time. Yes, there's attendance there, like I mentioned. Improve accountability. Employees are more responsible when they know they are being monitored. Yes. Seamless operations. Prokip streamlines both operational and financial management, as you can already see. Question for you now. I have a question for you. How much are you willing to invest now in your business to save your business from financial losses and possible shutdown? I will take a pause for you to take a deep breath and answer this question. I'll ask again. How much are you willing to invest now in your business to save your business from financial losses and possible shutdown? Amazing. Now, your next question might be, how much is Prokip? I'm just going to walk you through and show you how much Prokip costs based on different currencies. If you are in Uganda, Prokip costs you about 218,000 Ugandan shillings a year for the first time. Remember I said we have 3 packages that gives you different accesses, okay? Prokip, the package 1 is 280,000 Uganda shillings for the first time that you're installing it. And then every other year, you now renew with 140,000 Uganda shillings. So this one will give you access to 2 users, 1 business location, and 500 products. We have other pricing as well. We have the one that is 360,000, and every year you renew with 190,000 Uganda shillings. And this is the number of things you can do here. Then we also have this 480,000, 5 users, 3 business location, and 5,000 products. Now, remember I said Prokip is highly customizable. So you can still use this first pricing and say, okay, I have more products. But I only have 2 employees that I want to be handling this thing. I have only 1 business location, but I have more than 500 products. You can actually add more. Okay? You can actually add more. You can have additional user. You can have additional locations. You can add additional products. So 24,000 Uganda shillings per 1,000 products. 140,000 Uganda shillings per 1 location. You can add additional users. So it is highly customizable. You can add things as you want it. Okay, so it is tailored for Uganda system and highly customizable. It is not. So if you are in Kenya, how does the pricing work for you as well? You have 12,000 Kenyan shilling, and then in renewal, you renew with 6,000 Kenyan shilling. Then the same thing happens. The second package is 15,000. The third one is 19,000. You can also add additional users, additional location, additional products. All right, so now let's move on to Ghana. If you're in Ghana, the first time you're installing, we have the 900 CDs, and renewal is 450 CDs every other year. We have the 1,200 CDs, and we have the 1,500 CDs. And again, you can add users, you can add extra location and more products. All right. Then we have Nigeria. So for Nigeria, 60,000 naira per year, and renewal is 28,000 naira. And then you also have the 80,000 package, and the renewal is 38. We also have the 100,000 package a year, and the renewal is 48,000. And again, you can add more products, you can add more users, you can add more locations as well. All right, so these are some of the things that you can get inside of Prokip. I've showed you like the features before now. These are just some of the features that you can get. Many more of this, and it is highly customizable. If you want us to customize it to your taste, to what you are doing, to the business that you're running, we can also do that as well. Now that you know how much Prokip costs you, right? I know you might be wondering, oh, should I do this in my business? Should I do that? This is a question you need to answer. Is your business worth investing this amount on, right? Is your business worth investing this amount on? How much are you willing to invest to save your business? Because if you don't do this, you are going to be running at a loss. And eventually you will come to use Prokip. That's one thing we are very sure of. Eventually you come to use Prokip. So will you do it now, or will you wait for when things has gone south or beyond repair before you do that? Okay? So if you are not sure, you're not convinced, you can watch the videos, the review videos below this video. There are some testimonial videos of some of our clients that are using Prokip and how Prokip is helping their businesses thrive. Now, I know you have another question. Your next question will be, oh, now I know the price, but can Prokip really work for my business? Good question. I was expecting that question from you. Okay, what kind of businesses uses Prokip? Any kind of business can use Prokip. So long you have one or more employees working for you or working with you, Prokip can work for you. So we have just like a summary of some of the common businesses that uses our software, but any business can use them. Schools, hotels, manufacturing and production. I've already showed you how all of these things work. Construction, service providers, law firms, supermarkets and superstores, restaurants, cosmetics, skincare, beauty products, and hair products businesses can use this. If you run cleaning services, barbing salons, content studio, real estate, name it, Prokip can work for you. So long you have one or more people working with you or for you, Prokip is a tool that would work for your business operation in terms of inventory management, production management, your processes, your operations, your financial management as well. So Prokip is an all-in-one tool. For schools, you might be asking, how can it work? Everything that has to do with your student data, managing school fees, managing all payments, uniform payments, all of those things. The only thing we don't do for schools for now is results. We don't do results and exams. That's the only thing. But every other thing as a school, Prokip can help you manage that. Hotels as well, booking management, and all of those things also happen inside of Prokip as well. Okay, so now my question for you, you've been asking me a question. Now I'm asking you, what is your next step from here? What do you do from here? Two things that you can do. One of them is click on the link below, go to our website, www.prokip.africa, go and create your account and select a package. Second thing, if you're not clear of what package would work for you, there's another button below this video as well. You can click on that button to speak with our customer representative. This person will walk you through the package that will fit your business the most based on the kind of business that you are running, right? Whether it's a service business, it's a product business, it's a physical store, or anything, you have multiple locations, you can reach out to our customer representative. They're going to walk you through the option that will work for you the most. But if you're ready to take action, like right now on this call, go to prokip.africa, create an account, and select the specific package that you want. Once you do that, we are going to assign you a BRM, a business relationship manager, that will walk you through the process of installing this for your business, training your staff on how to use Prokip for your business, as well as training you on how to use it. Now you have another question. Can Prokip work for any device? Yes, you can use Prokip on your laptop, on your desktop, on your phone, on your tablet. But we always recommend that if you have a store or you have employees, you can have one desktop or one laptop for them that they can be using because it's easier. While you on your end, you can use your phone or you can use your tablet. So these are things. Prokip is highly customizable. It works offline, it works online, right? Your data is safe. You might also be asking, how is our data safe? We work with the data security regulations in different countries: Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, 5 countries like that. We work with the data security system that that governs those countries, so you can be rest assured about that as well. Your data is safe. Once you put your customer data here, you put your product here, you have access to it. Prokip does not manage your data for you to say, oh, is Prokip can go and download your data. We don't have that access. You are the one who have that access to do that from your end, and you have absolute control of everything, your product, your data, and all of that. The only thing we help you do is help you ensure that you install these things properly, you upload them properly, and they're properly put together. We'll train you how to use it, and if you have issues, we have a customer success team that is ready and on ground to help you solve your problem. Aside our BRMs that train you and help you set up, we have a customer success team on standby like 24/7. All right. So if you're ready to get rid of employee theft in your business, you're ready to handle mismanagement in your business, I encourage you today to go and sign up for Prokip.Africa. Go and register, go and get started like right now. All right. While you are still trying to make a decision, this is also to let you know that because you've entered your details, our customer representative are also going to reach out to you. So if you have any questions, you can still ask them on the call. When they reach out to you via call or via messaging, please respond to them, ask them your questions so that you can be clear and know exactly how Prokip can work for your business. I can't wait to see you, onboarded. I can't wait to see you start enjoying Prokip in your business and having full control of your business. Again, my name is Lucky Elahor, and I'm a business growth strategist and marketing manager at Prokip Africa. And remember, Prokip is your business growth partner, and we're all about your business growth, all about you growing, and we can't wait to help you on this journey to achieve that in your business.